Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Mo and Ash Vibes. Today we are going to learn about IELTS listening question type form completion. In this video, I am going to solve a sample question for you using some techniques and strategy. But before we start solving the sample question, let's first talk about what exactly is a form completion question type. So basically, in form completion question type, a form would be given to you. That form would contain some information such as some names or some addresses or some kind of numbers. Now these numbers could be some dimensions or some phone numbers or the amount of money. Then the form would have some missing information, which means that some of the information will be given to you, but then some of the information would be missing. You have to figure out the missing information and fill in the gaps. So basically, when the recording will be played for you, you have to figure out the missing information from the recording and then fill in the gaps. Now, before they play the full recording for you, they give you some time to go through the questions. This time is really important and crucial. Make sure that you are utilizing this time properly. It is a very successful technique because if you are utilizing your time properly, then you would know that what the form is talking about and then what kind of information you have to look for. So when they actually play the recording for you, it becomes much easier for you to connect with the information. So first, I'm going to show you the questions on your screen. You go through the form, and after that, I will tell you that how you should utilize the time that is given to you in the beginning to go through the form properly, so that when the actual recording is being played for you, you can connect the information easily and find the answers. After telling you that, I am going to play the recording for you. At that time, you use the technique and strategy that I will be teaching you right now to solve the questions and see if you are able to figure out the answers or not. The sample material that I'll be using today has been taken from IELTS.org. So now when you get that time to go through the questions, at that time you just have to study the form properly so that when they are actually playing the recording for you, you can connect the information. Like in this case, so let's see, they are talking about Packham's shipping agency customer quotation form. So which means it's going to be a customer quotation. So it should be some sort of an inquiry with the customer about some quotations. So we can figure that out from the title itself. And now they are talking about the country of destination, which means which country it is going to. So now the first question is name Jacob dash. So now it feels like just by looking at it that because it is Jacob dash, so this should be probably the last name of the person, the surname of the person. So when they are going to play the recording for you, at that time you focus on the surname of the person. Now let's look at the next question, address to be collected from. So now we have to focus on the information that from where that thing is being collected. And also they are telling us that it's some sort of a college, so you have to focus on this information. So like in this case, it was the last name of the person that you need to focus on. In this case, when they are going to talk about some college, that's what you need to focus on. Then the third question is postcode, which is very easy, so you have to focus on the postcode. And then they are talking about the dimensions of the product. So now they have already mentioned about the length. So when they are going to talk about the width and the height of the product, that's what you need to focus on. And then they are talking about the contents in the container. So you have to focus on the different contents that are present in the container. They have already mentioned about clothes, and then we have to look for another two. Similarly, then they are talking about the total estimated cost, so you focus on that. If you utilize that time properly that is given to you in the beginning, finding answers become really easy. Like you saw in this case, even before the recording has been played, you already know that what the recording could be about. So as we know from the title itself that it's a shipping agency and it's a customer quotation form, so probably the customer is going to ask for some quotations. then they are talking about the name of the customer, they are talking about the address to be collected from, and then they are talking about the dimensions of the product, and then they are talking about what are the contents in the container, and then they are talking about the total estimated value. So now when the recording is played for you, you will be able to connect all the information and you will be able to focus on the right information, and thus finding answers become easy. So now I'm going to play the recording for you. Using the technique that I've just taught you guys, try to figure out the answers.
You will hear a telephone conversation between a customer and an agent at a company which ships large boxes overseas.
Good morning. Packham's shipping agents. Can I help you?
Oh, yes. I'm ringing to make inquiries about sending a large box, a container, back home to Kenya from the UK.
Yes, of course. Would you like me to try and find some quotations for you?
Yes, that'd be great. Thank you.
Well, first of all, I need a few details from you.
Fine.
Can I take your name?
It's Jacob Mkere.
Can you spell your surname, please?
Yes, it's Mkere.
Is that M for mother?
Yes.
Thank you. And you say that you will be sending the box to Kenya?
That's right.
And where would you like the box picked up from?
From college, if possible.
Yes, of course. I'll take down the address now.
It's Westall College.
Is that Westall?
Yes, college.
Westall College. And where's that?
It's Downlands Road in Bristol.
Oh, yes, I know it. And the postcode?
It's BS8 9PU.
Right. And I need to know the size.
Yes, I've measured it carefully and it's 1.5 metres long.
Right.
0.75 metres wide.
Okay.
And it's 0.5 metres high or deep.
Great. So I'll calculate the volume in a moment and get some quotes for that. But first, can you tell me, very generally, what will be in the box?
Yes, there's mostly clothes.
Okay.
And there's some books.
Okay, good. Anything else?
Yes, there's also some toys.
Okay, and what is the total value, do you think, of the contents?
Well, the main costs are the clothes and the books. They'll be about £1,500. But then the toys are about another 200.
So I'd put down £1,700.
So I hope that you guys were able to solve the questions using the technique that I taught you guys. So the answer to the question number 1 is Mkere. To the question number 2 is Westall. Then the postcode is BS8NPU. The width is 0.75 meters. The height is 0.5 meters. The contents are books and toys. And the total estimated value is 1700. Now I'm also going to give you some additional tips that would help you to solve this question type. The first tip is that if a word is difficult, they are going to spell out that word for you. So if the spelling is difficult, you do not have to panic or worry. They are going to spell it for you. Like in this case, they spelled the last name of Jacob, which is Mkere. So at that time, you just need to be attentive and listen to it properly so that you do not make any mistake. The second tip is that if the form has a title, make sure you also read the title. For example, in this case, the form has a title that says Packham's Shipping Agency Customer Quotation Form. So if you are reading the title as well, then just by reading the title, you would know that because it is a shipping agency and because it is a customer quotation form, so probably the form would be about some quotations and regarding some stuff that is being shipped from one place to another. So you can make some guesses and then you know what the form is about. So do not leave out the title if it is already given in the form. Make sure you are reading the title as well. Next tip is that they might use synonyms instead of using the exact same word or they might rephrase the sentence or use a different sentence structure that would mean exactly the same that has been asked to you in the question. So make sure that you are focusing on the meaning and not just looking for the exact words or exact sentences. For example, in this case, when they are talking about address to be collected from dash, but in the recording they were talking about where do you want the package to be picked up from. So now this means exactly the same as this line, but it has been said differently. So you have to focus on the meaning and not exact same words. Had you been looking for the exact same line, you would not be able to find the answer, which is why it is important for you that you focus on the meaning of the whole line rather than focusing on a particular word or the exact lines. So basically through this question type, they are trying to figure out that if you can focus on the little details or not. Last but not the least, also make sure that you are reading the instructions properly so that you know how many words you can use, because if you are not even using the correct number of words, that answer could be considered as wrong as well. For example, if they have said that you can only use 2 words but instead you use 3 words, then that would be considered as a wrong answer. So make sure that you are reading the instructions properly. Another very important thing is that do not leave any answers blank. Make sure that you attempt each and every question, since there is no negative marking for a wrong answer. So make sure that you are writing some answer, making a guess, even if you have missed something. So this is how you solve the IELTS listening form completion question. Actually, it is a very easy question type. As long as you are following a proper strategy and technique, you should not face any problem and you should be able to find the answers very easily. If you need any more information regarding the IELTS listening module, we have made a detailed video on that. We have provided you the link in the I button as well as in the description box. You can go through the video, and if you still have more questions regarding anything related to IELTS, feel free to comment in the section below. Now with this, I'm going to wrap up our today's topic. If you liked our today's video, hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel for more IELTS related videos. Now I'm going to see you in our next video. Until next time, ta-da!